Hi, I'm Jay DeMerit, and every second counts.
Take you guys conversation. Every second counts too.
Yeah, that too.
And in 3.
What was the defining conversation for you where you realized, okay, this is it, this is what I'm going after, and this is going to be my reality?
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, like I was saying earlier about you know, the support systems, and you know, you think about that. Coming into this show, I had to think about, you know, all these important conversations I had. Are they with coaches? Are they with your parents giving you support and all these things? And there are those conversations, but the most important conversation I think I ever had was with myself in a bathroom stall in the UK.
A serious man.
And this is, yeah, this is full mano a mano in the bathroom stall, and it's not in those kind of ways. But it was interesting because it was just over a year after I had been in England. Again, this was during my struggle period where I was living in my friend's attic. Again, I'd have to crawl through a hole in the attic, and I was sleeping on a mattress on the floor, sharing bathwater. I was playing in the 12th division in the UK, making about $40 a game. You know, again, I'm a college graduate at this point. I have a degree in design, and I'm in these conditions going, what am I doing with my life? But then I'm thinking to myself, going, like you said, when you're ready to give your all to something, you do it. And I wasn't finished yet, so I had to keep going, and I knew that I was up against it. When you go from MLS not getting drafted to go to England, the biggest jungle of world soccer there is, you know you're going to have to go through some kind of struggle and kick a few doors in before somebody takes notice, especially as an American. So for me, my first real trial was with Watford. It had been about a year, and I had had a couple trials where I got like 3 minutes at the end of the game, and you know, for me that never counted as a trial. But I got my first real trial. I played against Watford, the team I played for 7 seasons, by playing against them in a friendly. I was in the 9th division team at this point, and I played against Watford. And they didn't have a lot of money to buy new players, and the coach asked my coach after the game. He said, Jay, who's the guy in the back there, the blonde kid? And he says, oh, that's interesting. He's an American guy. He's been here for about a year. He's just been trialing and working hard and trying to get a shot. He's like, well, we need a center half. We don't have any money. Why don't you bring him in on trial for a week? So I said, okay, I would love to be able to do that. So I went in for a week, and I was with the reserve team, so that's the second team, and I've been training with them all week and doing okay. I played in a reserve game, and I played the whole game, and the coach came up to me afterwards, and he said, you know, I think you're doing really well. You're a pretty good raw athlete here, and I think you have a lot of intangibles I think we would like, but keep going, and we'll keep trying to give you some opportunities. So at the end of that week, Watford had their last preseason friendly against a pretty high-profile team called Riaz Zaragoza from Spain. They play in the top Spanish division, La Liga. And they were coming in for this one last high-profile friendly for us to get ready for the new season. So again, I'm still on trial at this point. So the coach calls me in his office the day before the game, and he says, hey, Jay, why don't you come to the game tomorrow? We'll try to get you involved in some way. So I'm thinking I'll get like a spot on the bench, or I'll sit in the stands like, here, kid, this is what professional soccer is all about. Welcome to England kind of stuff. Good luck. Thanks for your trial. You know, I'm thinking all these things in my head. I bring my little disposable wind-up camera and all these other things. And literally, I walk into the locker room and I get to the whiteboard, and I'm starting with 10 other guys that I had never even played with before. And I'm kind of just thrown in there like, what is going on here? Like, these are all professional guys that have been there for a very long time, and all of a sudden I'm stuck in there with them, and I'm freaking out. I'm just like, whoa. Thanks, coach, not only for letting me, he didn't tell me. He didn't tell me I was starting. He didn't even tell me I'd even be thinking about playing or on the bench or anything. And there I am in the starting lineup with a bunch of guys against a team from La Liga, arguably, again, one of the best leagues in the world, and I'm ready to play these guys. So I'm like, what am I doing? So I go in the bathroom stall, and I sat down in the bathroom stall, just like put my head in my hands, and I thought to myself, you know, like and this is my conversation. You know, you get to the depths of like, okay, well, Jay, what have you been doing for the last year in England if this isn't your opportunity? Instead of freaking out and getting nervous, this is when you need to get inside yourself and say, this is my opportunity. This is what you've been waiting for. This is what you've worked and played with cows and two people and sleeping in attics and all these things that you've gone through over the past year. This is your opportunity. If you play well here, this could set it all off. And so why don't you just get your crap together, make sure you mentally start to prepare for this, and get out there and do your job. And sure enough, I played the whole I played the whole 90 minutes. He kept me out there the whole time, probably just to see how I would deal with. And after that game, he called me in his office. He said, "You know what? That was my big test for you, just to throw you out there with the big fish and see if you could swim." And he said, "You did ultimately very well, considering." And he says, "I'm going to offer you a 1-year contract." So, and that started it all, you know. But I've seen a lot of times in my life where you have players get their big opportunity, or people even with their jobs or whatever, they get their big opportunity and they don't realize it. They go, oh God, and they freak out. But thankfully I went to the bathroom, because if I would have sat with the rest of the guys, I probably would have just gotten into conversations and, you know, went out there and played and did not really get into that really mental side that I needed to get to go out and perform. But my conversation with myself in the bathroom, with my head in my hands, going, this is your opportunity. This is what you've been waiting your whole life for. Go out there and do it. Kind of my own little pep talk there, you know, totally put me in a mindset, okay, let's go and attack this. This is my chance. And thankfully I was able to go out there and perform.
Hey, it's Riaz. Thanks for watching. For more conversations, click on subscribe and check us out online at everyconversationcounts.com.
Alfred's a good man, so I know this is gonna, there's gonna be some dangerous stuff. So Alfred's gonna take that. So we look alike.
I'll tell you when I saw this.